Spray gun challenge. 2 weeks ago I bought the cheapest spray gun I could ever find. I tried to paint a bike with it. The project turned into a nightmare. There were a lot of failures on the gun I had to fix. But I was able to save the project, and I was also able to apply a color shifting effect on the bike, even with this cheap spray gun. And I could finish my bike painting project. And if you haven't seen the video yet, check it in the corner, find the hashtag, comment underneath the video and win this spray gun if you like to. But in this video, I like to show you the difference of a high-priced spray gun like this, $300 or more, compared to my cheapest one, only $12. Fast intro, yeah. So let's start. And the main difference between these two guns is the atomization. So what does atomization means? It's simple. It means how the color in the cup is mixed with the airflow in the gun and how the gun sprays on the objects or parts you like to paint. And guess what? This cheap spray gun has an atomization of a wet fart. And I mean the ones where you aren't sure if you have to change your panties afterwards. And this spray gun has an atomization of a fine drizzle. That's what I need and that's what I like. But come a bit closer and I like to show you direct on the guns what's the difference. So here we are, and what's the difference between the two spray guns? And it's obvious, it's mainly the quality. My Atomization has a nice black chrome finish, also gold-plated knobs for the valves and a gold-plated nozzle cap. The cheap spray gun has only a blue anodized aluminum body and cheap chromed knobs and cheap chromed nozzle cap. But that's not the main issue why this one sprays better than this one. It's mainly the construction inside the spray gun, the air channels, the valves and also the nozzles and nozzle caps. This one has only one air channel. It goes up to here, to the fan size control underneath the gun. The color and the air is mixed here, and there are two air channels, one which goes direct through the nozzle and one which goes around the nozzle inside the nozzle cap. And you can see holes here, two, one on each side. And these holes in the nozzle cap form the fan, because the two airflows, the one with the color and the one in the nozzle cap, collide in front of the spray gun. So you can set the fan wide or small as you want. And when you compare this spray gun to the high-priced gun, you can see differences. The nozzle and the front of the gun are much more compact, much more precise. The nozzle cap also. The airflow is a little bit different. It goes up to here on top of the gun. That's the fan size control. The air channel on top of the gun is much bigger. And when we remove the nozzle cap, you can see also a difference on the nozzle itself. So let's remove the nozzle caps. Let's start with the cheap gun. And you can see only 3 holes around the nozzle, one here and one here. And when we compare that to the high-priced gun, the nozzle in the high-priced gun, you can see a lot of more holes around the nozzle. And when you have more holes, you have much better airflow, a much concentrated and precise airflow. And that's the difference why this one sprays much better than the cheap spray gun. But that's very technical. So let's fill these spray guns with some color. And I like to show you on a piece of paper what's the difference. We are here at my paint booth in front of a black wall, and now I show you what atomization means. And pictures say more than words, so I prepared 2 spray guns, the cheap one and also an Atomization, another one like the black one, because the black one's my clear coat spray gun and this one's the base coat one, and it has the same needle nozzle combination, 0.8 millimeter, like the cheap one. So both spray guns have the same setup and they should be competitive. And what I will do is I will spray color, or in this case water, because I'm wearing no spray mask, over a floodlight to show you the fan and to show you the atomization. I will start with the cheap spray gun, and what you should do is you should check the fan half a meter in front of the spray gun during spraying. I will start with a closed fan, round setup, and I will open the fan during spraying. Okay, let's start. Closed fan. That's the atomization. Now I will open the fan. And can you see how cloudy it is in this area? I close the fan, round setup, I open it again, and check the clouds half a meter in front of the spray gun. Now let's do the same with the Vata. Again, closed fan, round setup. and I will open also the fan during spraying. I open the fan, and can you see a difference in this area? I close the fan, and can you see how precise it sprays compared to the cheap spray gun? Yeah, that's it. That's atomization, and that's what I'm talking about. So let's change to the studio and let's paint on paper, and I like to show you the difference between this fan and this fan. Maybe you're asking yourself, what is he talking about? I've seen no difference in the fans and in the spray guns. So I filled some black color in both of the spray guns to show you the real difference. But before I start, I have to clean my table so you can see the paper in the background. And the setup of the spray guns is the same. I will start with a closed fan round setup. And what I will do at first, I will try to spray some dots. Let's start with the cheap spray gun. So closed fan, and let's try to spray some dots. Yeah, it doesn't look very bad for a cheap spray gun, but that's customized and that's tuned because I have to do it because of my last paint job. And now let's do the same with the Pro spray gun. Again, let's close the fan. And let's try to spray dots. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you see the difference in the size compared to the cheap spray gun? Now let's try to write my name. And what do you think? Does it look good or bad? Now let's do the same with the Pro gun. Yeah, and as you can see, half the length of the cheap spray gun. Again. And that's exactly the difference. And that's not a real issue if you have a bigger name or bigger dots and smaller dots. The real issue is the fan. When I open the fan, and you need an open fan if you want to spray panels, if you want to spray clear coat, and that's where the trouble starts. So let's open the fan and let's try to spray with an open fan. And can you see these flames or Easter eggs? They are a little bit round on the bottom, and they have these fades on top, and it's no stroke. And when you have a Pro gun and you open the fan, you have a real stroke. So let's do the same with the Pro gun. Let's open the fan and let's do the same. Can you see what's possible with a Pro spray gun? These perfect strokes, like a zebra. And that's what you need when you want to spray panels. Because when you spray panels, you open the fan and then you do exactly that. And that is a perfect fade of color. No paint runs, nothing, not too much color, not less color. Exactly what you need when you do custom painting. So let's do the same with the cheap gun. And let's try to paint the panel. And as you can see, it's much too much color. Maybe you think it doesn't look bad, but when this is metal and that is a bike frame, there will be a lot of paint runs. Now it's paper and the paper soaks the color, but if you have a material which can't soak the color, you will have much too much color in these spots, and that's caused by these Easter eggs and the flame shape. And that's the nightmare, that's the horrible nightmare when using these spray guns, because you need a lot of experience to spray a perfect clear coat, to spray a perfect fade, because you have to you have to think about that, and you have to, how can I say, your performance has to be much better than the performance of the spray gun. And when you are a beginner, you have a low performance. Nothing about beginners, but that's the truth. You have not so much experience and you can run in bad trouble. When you mess up the clear coat, you have to start again with the paint job. And it's much easier to use a pro gun like this, because you don't have to think about these issues. You can do what you have to do. You can spray. And it's every time perfect, no matter what. Not too much color, a perfect fade. That's also needed for effect colors like these color shifts I did in the last paint job on the bike with the cheap spray gun. So what I recommend to you as a beginner is a pro spray gun, or a bit, how can I say, not the high price spray gun if you don't want to invest so much money. So what I did is I linked you some spray guns underneath in the video description. Cheaper spray guns, which I think are also good for beginners, pro spray guns, and also the absolutely professional spray guns I use. So if you need a spray gun and if you want to buy one, check the ones are linked underneath in the video description. And yeah, now you know what's the difference. You can spray with a cheap spray gun, also with the cheapest, if you have tuned it as I did, and if you have a lot of experience and know what you are doing, and if your performance in spraying is high, and if you can go along with these issues, then you are also able to paint a bike or car or a tank of a motorcycle or whatever. But be aware, you can run in trouble within seconds, and yeah, that can be a nightmare. And when you start with custom painting and you run every time in trouble, you will be confused about that and maybe sad about the things you do, and you won't no longer do any custom painting. So buy yourself good stuff, and that causes a lot of fun and good results. That is what I can recommend. So thanks for watching. Check also my spray gun setup videos if you haven't seen them yet, if you need to set up a spray gun, because that was only a quick setup for me. I haven't told you anything about that, but I have 2 complete videos about spray gun setup if you need to know it. And thanks for watching. Check also my custom painting videos if you want to see custom painting. I have also DIY videos for DIYers, also spray can videos, so check my channel. There's something for everybody, and see you in one of my next custom painting videos. Goodbye.